What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a unscheduled live stream that I just decided would be better as a live over doing a filmed video. So the main topic for this video is talking about the 717 crew and how much longer I think they're actually going to last. This spawns off of the topic of Gregory Salvatore's road challenge. Actually, this generates from that because it kind of sparked my interest the moment he was doing his video, and in the chat it kind of got knocked around about how, you know, he called out Streetspeed 717 and the 717 crew, whatever, and nothing came of it on their end. You know, which if you know who they are, they're like up here when it comes to everything automotive with YouTube. Now, I can understand where, you know, maybe sometimes people don't want to be bothered with certain things. However, this is going to ultimately turn into their downfall, which their downfall is already coming. I don't personally watch them. I've watched a few things and instantly got tired of it. And another reason I decided to make this live was because when I did the YouTube call out sucks video, I got a lot of people who were thinking that I was having an issue with something and I didn't. So I figured with the ability for people to actually come in here and, you know, say what they got to say and I can actually answer it, that would be a little bit better. So this is not a jealousy type of thing or anything like that, because I already have my viral video, which landed just about the same amount of views that they get daily on a video. I don't really care. Honestly, I'm bringing in money from that, so it doesn't affect me whatsoever. However, what I really want to touch base on, though, is the fact that, you know, how much longer are we all going to sit here and be lied to or be following a false religion, so to speak? You know, it's something that a lot of people are talking about. Nobody's really making any videos for it because no one wants to actually open their mouth and say anything. However, this is stuff that needs to be said. And honestly, I'm hoping that there are a lot of other YouTubers out there. I don't know if Greg would get involved or anyone from the YouTube pack. Josh Sheeler TV, I'm sure you could make a response to this. I think your input would be good. Especially since you follow, you know, larger YouTubers like Logan Paul and everything. You know, check into the, well, no, you know who Streetspeed 717 is anyway, because he gave you a bullshit runaround before anyway. So you already have something to talk about. So Josh, hopefully I can hear something from you on this topic, and I really hope that other people can get involved in this and give a little bit of input, because I think they need to hear from the people who actually follow or know of their existence. You know, all right, so we're gonna break this down a little bit. Mike is Streetspeed 717. Started out doing a Duramax and a Corvette. It has turned into multiple Corvettes and McLarens now, and God, there's like way too much going on there all at once, honestly. I'm going to point out one big topic or person: vehicle virgins. If you know who Parker is, he's like a freaking billionaire that was having tons of money before even doing YouTube. I don't even think he makes much off of doing YouTube, honestly, because he is not like where people rate him. He's not even really doing that much. Like his channel kind of died off a little bit, and he's got, you know, exotic cars left and right, and he's got his own Lamborghini, and it's just kind of like, meh. Like, people don't really care about the exotic stuff. Another good point on the exotic stuff, which I'm actually shocked at, Matt from Supercars of Philadelphia. He is awesome, and honestly, he's underrated as hell. His videos are incredible. They're kind of like in the style like his driving stuff. He gets stuff that's kind of like in the same kind of like a range of what I do, but he does it different. It's actual driving footage of vehicles. But he does it a lot better. He has a lot better stuff, and a lot better of a car. He's got a Porsche. But anyway, he actually gets some great content. He's got Bugatti driving. He's got Lamborghinis driving, like where he's driving with them and everything, and crazy, crazy road action. And, you know, it just goes to show that having the exotic cars doesn't really do much for your channel. Nobody's really following the exotic stuff. But it sucks because he really deserves to have a lot more than what he has, and he doesn't. And it's just crazy. But either way, like I'm saying, if you're following my point here, I'll say it again. The exotic stuff doesn't really move on YouTube. People aren't following it as well. So when Streetspeed 717 was at what I would say is his peak, was when he was doing things with the Corvette. He is kind of drifted away from the Vet. He still has it. He still does stuff with it as far as I know. But he has moved on to the Corvette ZR1, which is, I mean, you might as well call the thing exotic at this point. But anyway, he's got the ZR1 Corvette, and he has the McLaren. And I heard, I guess, he's getting another McLaren again. I don't know. I give up. So he's going into the exotic world. You know, is he going to turn around and get something like a real Bugatti or Ferrari, Lamborghini? Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it, because he seems to keep pushing for these higher cars. The thing is, though, the further he's going with these higher cars, the more he's going to lose, because people enjoyed what he was doing, and he's mainstreaming out like really, really big. So I think that's going to ultimately just kind of play him out. He's going to, it's getting to the point where it's too much. But the entirety of the 717 crew, everybody that's involved with it, it is nothing but marketing. They are selling the channel to you, and everybody's falling for it, except for the people who they are deceiving. Now, this is going to be a very big puzzle piece topic, so I'm hoping you can connect all the dots. All right, so initially people watch their channels. Now, they clickbait like a motherfucker. And if you don't know what that is, here's what clickbait is. Clickbait is the art of lying and deceiving you. It's basically like having a movie and having an awesome cover on it, and then you watch it, and the movie sucks. They will put up a topic saying like, time to say goodbye to the McLaren. And like they're standing there looking like they're crying, and they're like waving bye to the car, like, oh my God, it's leaving. I'm selling it. Like, you know, what happened? Come to find out, he just needs to get his fucking door repainted. Like, come on. Like, so it's not only that, but it's the fact that they'll make a 15-minute video, which is them selling themselves, because with 15 minutes, it allows you to place numerous ads. So that's where they're getting the ad revenue and the watch time. They need the watch time, and they're getting that by doing this. So they'll have this dumb topic that interests you because you think something happened. And the next thing you know, you're watching the video, and it starts out like this. Good morning, everybody. Here's my dog. They always got to, like, introduce their dog. Like, their freaking dog's always got to come into it. And then it's like this and that. And then they're on the phone with this part. It's like always a routine, the same thing all the time. Every time, it's the same thing. And they'll walk around their cars. They'll do a startup. They'll talk about something. They'll talk about, oh, this person sponsored this video, blah, 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 blah. Always the same shit every time. And when they get to the topic, they're like, so we finally have to say goodbye to the McLaren because it's got to go back to the dealer because they fucked something up with the paint, and like whatever the stuff was on it, they had to repaint the whole door. So they had to take it back. Like, really? That's what I just fucking watched 15 minutes to find out. Like, you couldn't have just said that McLaren, like, fucked something up and they're fixing the car. Like, you had to make it, like, as if something happened. That's the stuff I can't stand. Okay. Not to mention, like, the one time that Cars and Coffee, and it was the time I was at Cars and Coffee, he pulls in, and a cop actually notices, or not a cop, it was like a security, something. One of them, I think it was a cop, notices that his car doesn't have inspection stickers on it. And he literally posts up a picture showing the cop next to the car, saying that the guy's a dumbass, and like bash the hell out of him on a video. Why? Why are you going to bash someone because they did their job and you didn't get your car inspected? And it's not only him. They've like all done it, because Guitar Mageddon ZL1 did the same fucking thing with his Camaro. He's driving down the turnpike, got pulled over, didn't have a fucking inspection sticker on it. Like, you expect to not get pulled over. You know, it's like half the time I wonder if they do this crap just so that way they can make a video and bash a cop or whatever it may be. You know, I don't know, but, you know, you really shouldn't be doing this stuff when you've done something wrong. And somehow they get away with the crap too. They'll just be like, oh, we're going to get it inspected, blah, 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 and they just fucking let them go. Like, I don't understand it. Because if it was me, that wouldn't be the case. But, you know, whatever. Cops leave me alone. They don't seem to care. So, you know, moving on away from the clickbait, then you have the idea that they are trying to be a leader, okay? Any kid, which their following is mainly kids or guys that have no fucking life, that can't do anything. That's who, you know, sits and watches them. You know, you get some of these people that they'll sit there, they'll have these big dreams, think like, I want to be like that guy. And I've had several people doing this, and I've seen them doing this, and I've tried to put them in their place in one of my tips for how to be good at YouTube videos. They follow him, and they think that by trying to be like him or appear to be like him, it's just going to make them grow. You know, and that's what he's getting off on. You know, he is literally selling merchandise mainly to people who are trying to impersonate him. He sells the sunglasses, sells the t-shirts, posters, whatever it may be. You'll have these small YouTubers who are smaller than me. Like, we're talking, these people they aren't going anywhere because nobody's interested whatsoever. They'll have a poster of his McLaren behind them. They'll be wearing his shirt that's got the little American flag on it. It says Streetspeed 717 on it. And they'll be wearing the sunglasses that say Streetspeed 717 along the side. Why? Like, I don't understand, first off, why anybody would try to just be them. They think by wearing their stuff, it's going to make them, you know, it doesn't do anything. I mean, honestly, you can have them in one of your videos and it's not going to do anything. You know, it doesn't do shit. You know, and even for the 717 crew, if Streetspeed 717 does shit with all the guys, but he is the most followed, he has the most subscribers compared to everyone else. So it really does not do much. However, you know, it's all just a bunch of lies. It's all a bunch of bullshit. You know, so you got these people that are following them. And personally, that's where I feel that they get their money from. You know, they take advantage of these people who want to impersonate them, who want to be them. And that's how they make their money. You know, they allow this kind of shit to go on. And they probably see the shit on YouTube and they just sit there and fucking laugh at it. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, because when it comes down to it, they don't interact at all. There's no interaction with anybody. You know, they want to say like, oh, we do the call out thing to interact with people. No, you don't interact with people. You're not interacting with anybody. Okay. YouTubers who are my size, like 1,000 and under, or even maybe a little over, we are all seeing the bullshit here. And we are all going to surpass the 717 crew. Why? Sounds like a long shot. No, it's actually pretty simple. See, here's the example. When we have people comment on our videos, yes, there are tons of comments you get. And I know this because of my viral video, and I've had plenty of comments that I just don't answer if they're rude or whatever. I tend to just kind of, you know, leave them alone. But I still take the time to sit down and interact. You know, the other thing is interacting with other YouTubers who are smaller. You know, if you have a call out, now, see, YouTube is big on challenges and call outs and this, that, and the other. YouTube is big on that. Okay. What platform are these guys on? They're on YouTube. So they should be, I'm not saying they should eat Tide Pods and shit like that. But when someone says like, hey, what's your favorite road? It's a vehicle challenge. And that challenge, granted, I wasn't able to do it yet, but that challenge was a good challenge. It's actually a good idea, honestly. I don't see why it wasn't. And a lot of people actually came into it. And by doing that, I've actually, met a few people on YouTube that are YouTubers that I didn't know before. They're not worried about expanding how many subscribers they have or how many people they have like on their team or that are loyal to them or whatever. They don't care, So what's ultimately happening is us who see them, we know the truth. We've seen what goes on. I remember a time where I called him out and said I wanted him to come to the Don CF show. And it's on Gregory Salvatore's channel because he went to the first call out and he got right up in his face and asked him on camera and told him I called him out. And he said that he was going to be there. Guess who wasn't there? No show. Aside from that, they also don't even want to do anything with car shows anymore. They don't want to do cars and coffee, this, that, and the other because it draws too much attention. Well, no shit. It's a car show, and there's people going there that actually want to see you. But instead, they would rather do the drag strip where they can make money off of it. See, a regular car show, they're not making money on, so they're not going to waste their time. That's the way I see it. That's where my opinion is on it. So ultimately, the more people that are doing YouTube are going to start seeing things. They're going to start seeing that there's no reason to watch them. There's no reason to follow them. We do our own thing. We're going to keep following each other, working with each other, working with other people, and that's how we grow. We are growing and making success by working with other people and just growing. As their number is actually going to start diminishing. Figure it, like, if people are joining sides on the smaller channels, they're not going to continue to grow. And their channels are going to end up becoming nothing at some point. Is this what I want? Am I, like I said before, people saying I'm like jealous or whatever? No, I don't care. But it's what's going on. But it's personally what I feel is going to happen because they do so much crap. The clickbaits, the lies, just, I'm not into it. I've unsubscribed from all of them. I never really watched them to begin with, so I pulled my subscriptions away. And I'm sure a lot of other people have too. I'm over it. And I think a lot of other people should be over it too. So I'm not saying I want them to fall, but I think they're going to. How much longer are people really going to sit here and, get clickbaited, get lied to, get scammed, With the smaller guys, you don't get none of that shit. You don't get clickbait. If a small guy says that they've got something like totally epically insane on video, they've actually got it. Whereas if you watch someone who's a larger YouTube channel and they tell you they got the most ultimate fucking video ever, you'll click it and it's stupid. Like, that's usually how it works. But because they have the subscribers and they are able to send out that little like email saying that, your person made a new video and it tells you like the caption and everything, it automatically draws people in because of curiosity. So that's where they end up, being able to clickbait and they're successful with it. But, come on, who really wants to keep being clickbaited? So as I said, I'm annoyed with the whole thing. I think that, they need to stop with the whole clickbait thing. I think they need to start reaching out with their community. I think they need to start working with smaller YouTubers. I think they need to start accepting challenges from smaller YouTubers, especially if they're a good challenge. Because I guarantee you, if Streetspeed 717 or, Guitar Mageddon 01, any of them, if they actually would have done the road challenge, it probably would have been a very good video. However, they're probably just concerned that, you know, oh my God, like God forbid I do it, I'm going to be shouting somebody out, and I don't want to do that, blah, 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 blah. Come on, man. You know? So anyway, that's basically all I have to touch base on. Like I said, you know, I'm sure there's going to be backlash. People are going to comment and be like, oh, you're just jealous because they're more successful, yada, yada, yada. Again, I don't care. You know, my channel is growing. I'm watching other people's channels grow. So ultimately, I'm not affected by it, you know? I mean, at the same time, even like I could be offended if I wanted to, you know? When the fire had happened, I actually had, and I don't want to put them on the spot, but I had someone who was at a medium level. So if you figure me as being small and Mike as being large, well, imagine what medium would mean. And if they watch this video, they'll know who I'm talking about. So we're talking someone who's got thousands of subscribers. Yes. So Steel Blue Body had mentioned that, you know, we can make each other grow. And yes, that is the key thing with it. You know, everybody's smaller. We have that ability to do that, you know, especially with the challenges and this, that, and the other, and the collaborations. So, oh God, I don't even remember what the hell I was just saying. Oh yeah, right. So the whole fire thing. So someone who is at a medium level had actually reached out to me, which I was shocked by anyway, and was talking to me about it. And I sent them pictures, this, that, and the other. And it is somebody who actually has his phone number, has other people's phone numbers, and actually talks to them on a daily basis. Well, he didn't want to put anything about it on his channel because he tends to catch shit if he, you know, posts about a non-related type of topic. But he reached out to, who was it? I think it was Lethal Camaro. He reached out to, I know he said something to Mike about it. Jimbo's channel was mentioned about what had happened, and somebody else. And I don't know who else he may have made reference to, but he actually had tried to get people together to try to do something because I got fucked really bad on that incident. And basically everybody turned around and even told him no, that they weren't getting involved, which to me was a letdown. And I was just like, okay, you know, thank you. You know, it's nice to see that there is support. You know, all I had to do was tell Greg that, hey, I had a fire, just lost my brand new car, lost the Corvette, and he was right there. You know, he came right over. He had also went on the website and designed a t-shirt for me, and bam, like he was supportive the entire time with it. But yet you're going to talk about people who can actually make a difference and make a change. They didn't care. They just let it go. They looked right over it. Didn't give a fuck. So that's where I stand with that. You know, you could have, you know, easily had done something and you didn't. So whatever. But yeah, I look forward to doing collaborations in the future with some of these people. I have a very strong point that Gregory Salvatore may become the next Streetspeed 717. His channel is very good on bringing people together. I think his channel is going to be the capital. Yeah. I think Greg's channel is going to be the capital where everybody connects underneath of him. Because he's got the YouTube Pack website with all the information on there. He sets everything up. He's been doing the I am the creator stuff. He's been doing challenges. You know, even the guy in the chat right now, Steel Blue Body, I found him through the road challenge thing. You know, I typed in the thing, and his channel was one of the ones that popped up, and I watched his video and I subbed to him. And then after that had happened, I guess he ended up checking me out and he subbed back to me as well. You know, all this has happened through Greg. So I feel that he is going to be the Streetspeed 717, essentially. and we're all going to connect underneath of him and just continue to branch. And that's really what I want. And that's also Greg's goal as well. You know, it's not a fact of like, oh, we're going to excel and be like the new 717 crew and fuck everybody. No, you know, the thing is being able to do things for the community and other people. That's what brings the loyalty, and the loyalty, connecting with people, being personal. You know, what's his name? My '05 or my Mustang '05 GT, or I can't, God damn it, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Him, he's got a small channel, and I ran into him at a car show, and you know, he seen me, was a little bit, you know, intimidated on talking to me because obviously, you know, with how we're set, I'm on a larger scale than he is. So to him, it was like, oh shit, like, do I say something to him? And I saw he was looking at me and everything. And then eventually he, you know, came up right before I was about to leave, and he knew that his chance was closing, and he ran over and started talking to me. And I told him straight out, I'm like, look, I was like, I'll talk to anybody. You know, I don't care. You know, I mean, I'm not going to be approaching people. I don't do all that. I don't. But if you're going to run into me and you see me and you want to talk to me about something or ask something, whatever, I'll do it. Like, I'll talk to you. I don't care. I've even featured his car in a solo shot video, which he ended up thinking was the coolest thing ever and totally made his day because, you know, that's something he didn't expect, you know. But the one thing I want everybody to realize and remember is that we're all on the same level. I don't care who's got what kind of money in your pocket because, you know, believe me, I ain't the richest person in the world. I'm, I wouldn't even say I'm on like a friggin', I wouldn't even say I'm like middle class. You know, me and my wife just know how to budget things and, you know, do what we need to do. And, you know, so I have the Mustang now, and, you know, I try to work with that as much as possible. You know, but some people don't have that option to have a car like that. Some people have YouTube channels based on car video games, and, you know, they don't have a car that they can actually do, you know, what I do with, you know. And I think it's important for us to reach out to those people, to work with those people. You know, I got a guy that, you know, I play Xbox with him occasionally, Honored Gaming. And he literally ended up sending me an Instagram message one time. This is how we connected. He made my cars on the freaking game. And I'll tell you, I am impressed beyond belief with how he actually made those. It was incredible, the detail that he put into them. And he made a YouTube video actually showing each of my cars and explaining my situation through the fire and everything of how I acquired each car and where they went and what was my current car. And that was awesome. And I don't think he ever thought that he'd be working with me, you know, doing things, but, you know, we are. You know, I don't want people to be intimidated, you know, regardless. People are people, and a subscriber count does not define who you are. You know, a viral video does not define who you are. You know, my video that went viral on my channel, I have past 200,000 views. And aside from that, that video has been seen millions of times outside of my channel. There's one channel that I granted permission to use it. They've struck over 1 million views on their video. Fail Army has also featured it twice that I know of. And both of those videos have gained over 1 million. So this video has been seen by people millions of times, you know, not specifically off of my channel, but, you know, it's viral out of control, and I do generate profit off of that. You know, with it being sponsored by Jukin Media and having the copyright protection on it. You know, so yeah, I don't have a high subscriber count, but I have that as like my backbone. Like, hey, I'm somebody, I'm worth something on YouTube because I have this structure that's holding me. But, you know, that doesn't define a person. You know, that doesn't define your personality. That doesn't define, you know, what you stand for, or, you know, what you do, anything. You know, people are people, and the cars, the money, the popularity, subscriber count, view count behind us is nothing. Because when you take all that away and you're just standing there alone all by yourself, you're the same as everybody else. So that's going to conclude my little rant. And again, hopefully I don't get the same bashing. I'm sure I will, because people that follow him like a hawk are going to come on this and be like, oh, you're just jealous because blah, 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 blah. Fuck off. I don't care. This is just a simple knowledge that, you know, we need to get together and figure out what we're doing as a smaller channel. Are we going to continue to support and mention and call out and challenge these bigger guys who clearly don't have a single bit of time in their life to do any social interaction with anybody smaller? No. Let them fade out, because that's what they're going to do. You know, it's always the same shit. It's getting old. They're going to fade away. Let them do it. So I look forward to working with a lot of you guys, and hopefully we can connect, you know, however we may do that, especially with the haunted videos that I'm doing with the car horror. And stay tuned for more videos. I'll catch you all later.